Hey, I'm Luke, and today I'm going to talk about I don't know actually the real number of things, but we can count that later. But, anyways, I'm going to bring you some advices and things I learned at 20 years old. Life and personal advices I could give to younger people. First one, life actually starts when you stop being stupid. And this is kind of this is kind of a strong statement to say, but you need to stop being stupid right now. I can give you examples, like if you want to achieve something, you need to put effort on it. And I don't mean it in a meritocracy way that, like, no, you need to work 100,000 hours a day to earn a living. And no, that's not what I mean. I just mean miracles won't happen. And this is probably the most painful thing we learn in adulthood, in early adulthood, because as we grow up, especially myself, I was born in middle class, and I'm white. I have had many privileges during my life, and as I got older, I don't have that much money because I'm already an adult. I need to work for things myself. But I chose to study. And how do I earn my living? Well, I actually had a scholarship. That scholarship gave me like 100 reais a month. And if you don't really know what 700 reais mean, it means that you can't actually live alone and do things on your own with that money. What do we want to say? As a child, I would always think that when I got older, I would be rich, I would be a successful scientist, things would come so easily for me. And that's not what happens when you're an adult. You actually need to put effort on things, and if you don't stop and try to find a job and try to study for, I don't know, a scholarship or an internship or anything, you need to work for yourself, because no one else is gonna do that for you. So if you keep that teenager mentality of, well, I can just skip classes, I don't need to get a job, my parents will give me money. Well, maybe that's the reality for some people, but for me it wasn't, and for many of us it's not, especially when you're not from upper economical classes. I've learned as a kid. What do I mean by that? I talked about it on therapy like just yesterday, so I have a lot of things to say. But when we grow up, we tend to internalize a lot of things that our parents or the people that create us, or even if no one created us, like, we have things that we gather as kids, because that's what kids do. The kids, they gather things and they make it a part of their personality. The point is, especially if you have grown up in a violent house, please forget the things you have learned. The world can be violent, but it doesn't mean it is violent all the time. When you expect people to be violent to you, to be vile, to actually mean harm to you, you will later end up as a person who no one can approach, and this is really bad for you. I was there once. And or you will end up as someone who can be really full of hatred all the time. So you are scared of people hurting you, so you'll hurt others back. Not back, you will hurt other people before they even try to hurt you, even if they don't even want to hurt you. And This is the thing that you need to get rid of. Your mind cannot be poisoned with the violence you grew up with. It's one of the most important parts of growing up is actually not being so attached to what you have learned as a kid, because you're not a kid anymore and it doesn't fit you anymore. Like, you can leave it behind. You just can, because you are an adult. You decide what you are going to consume, what you are going to like, what you are going to do with your life. And of course there are restrictions depending from person, from location. But the main point is, let your kid go. And it doesn't mean suppress the child inside of you, but instead know what they need. I knew that my younger self would need the opposite of violence. So why would I act violent if I know that he doesn't need it? He didn't need it when he was a child. He didn't need neglection. So why would I do that to them?